on YouTube. I just wanted to make this video, right? My bad. I should have been took this off though. I shot with these things and everything. I'm just gonna keep it real. I saved all these. I told the nurse last time that I came to the emergency room that I wasn't taking any of them all just to show her how often I come to it. But I got a doctor appointment with my PCP Friday. Let me make sure. Let me check. I'm getting confused with if it's my. This video has nothing to do with this. I just wanna, I just peeped my hospital man, and I just want to let y'all know out there. So let me see. Hold on. This is all freestyle. I don't write anything down. I just, go with the flow. Let y'all know what it is. Hi, Tony. My chart. That's what I want to try. Yeah, I got an appointment set for this Friday, whatever, whatnot. So no, I just wanted to respond, right? Because there's a lot of content creators if you made it this far, because some of my lives may be dry. Some of y'all might relate to it, resonate. Some of y'all might be here because y'all wanna, what I got to say is interesting and y'all feel as though it's interesting. But I got this live. Y'all understand the title. I hope y'all do though. Like I said, I got on here on YouTube. My whole purpose was to just document what was going on with me when it came to the targeting or whatever or whatnot. I never imagined me actually recording videos for YouTube in a sort. So tonight's video, I wanted to talk about Elohim, a video he made, not in no disrespectful way. I got nothing but love and respect for Elohim. Let me see. Nikki Nicole, King Mansa, who else? Gang Stalking by the Numbers, David Atkins, New Breed for sure. Big shout outs to him. And a few more content creators who's in the truth and who's talking about this program, Targeted Journey. There's a few, even Targeted TV, because a lot of the stuff he say, although we don't agree, is right when it comes to this program. But I wanted to talk about something that Elohim talked about, which was so true. And it could be to some people so confusing at the same time, but you have to really be an Elohim or as a targeted individual in that frequency to understand what he meant by this. So Elohim made this video earlier, right? I want y'all to vibe with me because it makes so much sense. A lot of us who's going through this gang stalking program feel like this and have felt like this though. This is about the video that Elohim made though. This is no dig, no jab. I respect Elohim, his content fire. I share it on there. If y'all understand what I'm saying, then y'all will understand, right? Because Elohim understand, and I see that he understands, so he's gonna understand what I'm saying. Though I just want to show you on how real the program is and the effects that it could have on you when it comes to your thinking and the shit you see and you go through on a day-to-day basis, right? Elohim made this video earlier today, right? Not early today, but we ready to see. Why am I done making gang stalking videos and we'll be moving on? If any of y'all have looked at this video, the message and you're being targeted, the message that he spoke, when I say it's so real, like you understand where he's coming from as a target individual, because we all have felt like this, right? So I just want to show you though the effects that the program have though. It's a deeper message. It's a deeper message into the
even one that
I said,
relates to your life that's helping you grow.
he
It's not
said
good to
what we
have
all
all these
honestly,
idols or
if we
people
all
that you
have different
watch.
hobbies,
You're
what he
supposed to
named as his
limit to your
hobbies, my
life that's
rise
helping
is
you grow.
working out,
You know what I'm saying? It's not
exercising,
good to just
vlogging, showing y'all his
watch
fitness
all
journey,
these gang
whatever your
stalking
hobby
videos.
is,
Like,
whether
bro, it comes a point in
it's
time where it becomes too
whether
much.
it's cooking, whether
Too much,
it's
bro.
shopping,
You know what I'm
whether it's
saying? And
sharing
we
information,
soaking in the
whatever your
information
hobby
we
is,
know, but what we
substituted with
doing with
what
our life?
Elohim is
What are
saying
we
though.
truly doing?
Here's his
You know what I'm
fitness
saying?
and
Is we
health journey.
growing? What are
When
we
he's sending
doing? You
this
feel me?
message,
And
he's
bro, like
100%
this part of my
like
life with
genuine
YouTube,
about the message.
it
Like why he
it
don't
been a
want to
blessing.
speak
It helped me
on
out. It helped me
gang
reach
stalking
people
anyway.
that
Not saying that I agree or disagree, because I agree in a certain form. And after I explain this, you'll understand, because the program itself and what we go through on a day-to-day basis, it really do get you caught in the whole trap and the whole conspiracy itself of being a targeted individual. Why this is why I agree with what Elohim saying, and you're literally consumed by this program 24/7 because you're paying so much attention to it. So it's like Elohim is really at this point, which I wish that I was at too. I really admire it in a sense, because to me it's like a double entendre. It's something that's needed in your own life as an individual who's experiencing this program. And how I feel on my end is I gotta speak on it, because whoever come into this community and not familiar with it, then whatever information that I have that could be beneficial to them, I need to speak on it. Like, I don't know, in a sense, I look at it slight different on that aspect. Like, it's so confusing, because I agree with him 100%, because I really don't want to consume my life and everything when it comes to my time, my energy. Y'all know I just started a business, so I have so much really on my plate with my 3 kids. My baby mama just started the catering business. So us trying to get the kids into the credit aspect and just how to live your life and prepare them for, a life without us. Far as it's me being in and out of the hospital. I could die any day. Their mother could die any day. So it's like I have so much on my plate. And at the same time, I don't want to let people who don't understand what's going on down, in a sense, even though these people who may stumble upon my video, I may ever know, like the people who's really getting like some information from, whether it's being woken or whether it's being on the targeted aspect of the program. This is how I look at it from that aspect. I could never stop talking about it. Not saying that Elohim is right, not saying that he's wrong. I meant to say not saying that he's wrong, because he's right, because you really don't want to consume your life in it, but it puts us in this paradigm, or it put us in this box that we have to literally juggle and make up our mind. Do we really want to say forget the program and live our life and show you how I overcome it, or show you from the start point or the end point, or do I want my life to continually be evolved around the targeting program, because it's so much repetition, it's so much synchronous. It's really, like he said, only so much you can say about it. Once you spoke on, it's like nothing new is happening in the program. Do you understand that? Literally nothing new in your life on the program is happening that's new. So it's really like you're really wasting your time in a sense. But me, I still want to talk about it and tell people what happened on a day-to-day basis, or when it do happen, even though if it's a tactic that this person experienced or this targeted individual experience, when it comes to those who's gonna be learning about the program, just stumbling into it. Like, even when I'm dead, even if my kids stumble upon my YouTube channel and see what I've been through, because I told y'all I don't include them into this. I don't talk to them about this, but I know that when I die, that they're still going to have to face this. So it's like I want to leave them like some answers into it, but at the same time, I want them to be able to live their life without having to carrying the weight of the program on their shoulders, in a sense. So when New Breed, when Elohim say that, I 1000% understand and feel the same way too. And I also feel like I can't do it. I'm really stuck in limbo, because it's like, as much as I would love to just forget about the program, to stop thinking about the program, it's like I really can't, because I have kids. I don't want to put this burden on them at such a young age, and they have their whole life ahead of them. So it would really seem, I don't know. I don't want to plague them with that curse in a sense right now because I understand what it's doing to me. And I'm 40 years old, and my kids is a third of my age. My oldest son is 15 years old. My youngest kid is 9 years old. So in a sense, I understand him on both aspects. But when you listen to his message, you would is not confusing at all. Even though I straddle the fence with both because I understand what he's saying, and I feel like that too. Live my life, chase my dreams, forget about the program because it's really not a waste of time, but it's really draining your energy to the point where you would get consumed in it and you would get off track by your whole purpose. Like what he said, how he mastered it. I understand that because you know your program, you know what they're doing to you in your own program. So it's like you know what tactics to look for. Everybody program is not the same. We could all agree to that. I'm pretty sure a lot of us could agree to that. Some of ours is very similar, some of ours is probably matching. But when we focus our whole time, day, energy into the program, we kill it's we're helping them. We kill our very existence. Like we no longer exist. Think about it. I stopped achieving or chasing what the universe, the cosmos, the guys got in store for me to like literally stop and focus on a program that I mastered. I already know what they're gonna do. I already know how to calculate it. I already know what to expect. Therefore, I already know how to handle it. And I know that it's all repetition. So if I could reprogram my mind in a sense that, none of these tactics really bother me, even if it do bother me with the electronic torture, me going back and forth to the hospital, because me going to the hospital isn't going to stop them from attacking my heart. So I could literally live with that until the day that they force me to die. I could keep going to the emergency room, which I would do, keep going to my primary doctor, which I will be, and act like, okay, cool. I don't know what's going on. Y'all are the doctors, figure it out. Or I could go down there and try to convince them, well, it's this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. And they play the game just like I'm playing the game. And they say that, well, you sound like you're suffering from a mental illness, this, that, and the third, though. When you have fought this program, I'm not saying stop putting out the information. I'm not saying not being an advocate for it. I'm not saying don't show up at City Hall to speak out for it. But when you dedicate your entire life, all of your energy that you have into the program, you help the program. It takes away from your whole purpose, your whole meaning, your whole goal. Now, we can be those woke people in the community and put other target individuals on and have them expect what's going to go on from this point on to them being a program, to them, to their, just school them, help them. It's the OGs of the game, although I was never one to begin with. But as I've been in the community for so long, I'm going to end up being one. What I mean is like an elder in this community. Some of those who've been in this community for a while and been given knowledge about the program and what's going to happen and so on and so forth. Though it's just like that. When we dedicate our entire existence, we deter, or we get over there and lay down, Toto. Get over there, stop it. When we stop dedicating our life purpose, our mission, and our goal, get over here to what we were really sent here for. I'm not saying not speak about it, because you have time to do that. You have time to wake people up. You have time to tell your story. You have time to advocate it. But when we distract our whole existence into the program and we don't work on what our our whole soul mission was, it's a drag on your life. Really, you're hurting yourself. It's more detrimental to you than it is to the program, because in fact, it's enabling the program more. I'm not saying don't advocate against it, don't speak out about it. I'm not saying don't get up here and tell your story, because I tend to do all that. But it has to be some sort of boundary where you could say that 90% of your life is focused on you and weathering the storm and making it through this program, where 10% of you is you pouring out your knowledge on what you learn about and still try to help people wake up and talking to people about a certain thing. But if you can't get you right, and if you lose focus on what your mission is, then the program itself succeed, because this is why they hit us with so much repetition, because they want us to be focused on the loud revving vehicles, the honking horns, the job denials, the job mobbing, and the identity theft, and so much more. When you really see what's going on, they want you to focus your very existence into it. This is why repetition is so like dominant in the program. This is why they use that out of everything in their playbook, just like a regular NFL team. Everything that they do is just like that playbook with that NFL team, with any NFL team you want to name. They got the same plays over and over. If you stuck in a game for 4 years, for 3 years, for 10 years, facing this same team, and they haven't switched the playbook, you know it. You just don't know which play that they're going to run, but you could expect it because you know their playbook. So mentally, you have to get strong enough to get prepared for this and whatever play they're going to run, while balancing how you want to conduct and go about your whole life. When it got to the point where I told y'all, see, his message rings so clear though, because I was on here talking about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Y'all could go and look at my lives that I was on, even when I was back in my mama house in February. I said that I'm gonna start me a business. I'm gonna get me a grow zone. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. I said what I'm gonna do. Regardless on me being in the program, I attained all of that. Now, I didn't make much out of it yet because it's still in the development stages. They're still they're going extra harder with the electronic, with the cyber harassment, taking my money, don't give me what I paid for, with the stealing my credit, with all of this. I'm still here fighting them to this day. They haven't won. I haven't gave up. And it make me go even harder, because after they did what they did today, I'm gonna start me another every month. I'm gonna start up a business, and I'm gonna show y'all each business license, and I'm gonna learn this business game, like I told Virginia, like the dope game, because really, in my mind, that's all it is. You get knocked off in the corporate world too, just like you get knocked off as being competition in the dope game. It's the exact same. And I'm telling you, what they're doing is they're literally creating a monster, because I know that they're going to have to show their hand when it comes to me developing credit, going about it, exploring the loopholes, spending my money, documenting everything. They're going to have to expose themselves on that level. But I already have everything I need. Listening and understanding what him said, you feel like the both, because there's no wrong way of feeling when it comes to what Elohim said. Like, he just made this video right here a couple of hours ago while I'm done with making it, and then he came back and said this right here. It's not him contradicting himself, because I understand what he's saying. Laugh out loud, hear me out. And this video is talking about gang stalking. When I say you really can't help but you can really find a balance in combating them both, because you still have to make sure that your life is right. You still have to make sure that you're on your life path, and that you're going full steam ahead with the mission that you've been sent here for. You got to make sure that you're strong enough to balance out the both, with how young, how I said young still, that's what I was ready to say, but how Elohim is feeling, it's really the true feeling of the yin and the yang, because his intentions is good either way it go, because he's not wrong for looking out for his health. He's not wrong for wanting to focus on him. He's not wrong for wanting to be out of the repetition and things like this. He's not wrong for not wanting to keep giving the program his energy, but he's coming back to talk about it yet. And him coming back and talking about it, which is now the hear me out, it's not bad neither. Just like the yin and the yang, it's not good, it's not bad. It's simply about the balance, because you really can't help but to talk about it. So when he come back and make a video like this, I'm pretty sure all of us have felt this way. Like, man, I'm not gonna keep talking about that because they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do anyway. To the point where, damn, now I'm back talking about it, but I really can't help to talk about it. I'm not a liar because I made a video saying this. Elohim's not a liar because see, a lot of people will see this and how I found it funny too that he did this because I honestly feel the exact way. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all who will see this video do too because we don't want to talk about this every day. We don't want to deal with it every day. We don't want our life. We would literally give anything to go one day without even knowing that gang stalking exists, just for it to be an actual normal day before gang stalking. But for who wouldn't want to experience that again as a targeted individual? We would, and that's the euphoria that it actually gives you when you think about it. But in a sense though, like I said, it's not lying when he come back and talk about it, because it's the truth, because we all honestly feel like that. I don't want to get up here and talk about this. I don't want to get up here and record me being in the hospital, talking about I need to go see a therapist, talking about what's going on with me with this, that, and the third. I don't, bro. I don't, for all that, I might as well carry a camera on with me and leave it in the house and leave it on for 24/7. I might as well literally make my life a reality show. Don't nobody really want to sacrifice their personal life and the little privacy that everybody should have when you're born into the world. When you're coming to this world, privacy is a right, like it's a God-given right. I don't have to share every waking thought with you, every waking feeling with you, how my heart beat at the rate that it beat, what I'm thinking, the dream. You shouldn't impose on that, any of that. That's all individuality. That's me at its core. So for these people to be, bro, what Elohim say makes so much sense, but I understand why he cannot talk about it in the same time. And everything he says is true because you don't want to talk about it. But it's like, this is part of your mission. We all got to figure the rest of it out. And we're figuring that the more and more we go, we got to really understand that gang stalking or non-investigative subject or community-oriented policing, whatever phrase we want to label it by, we have to come to terms with this is our mission. This is a part of our mission, but we still got to do what, this ain't all of it. It ain't just one goal to be a target individual and wake other people up or tell my story about it. That's not it. The story isn't over. The story's not over until we take our last breath. I'm not getting on him because we all feel like that. This is not, and look, like I said, I respect him 1,000 along with all the other content creators that I mentioned and shouted out, and big ups to those who I forgot. And I promise you, y'all know who y'all are. I interact with y'all. I respond to y'all in the comment section. I'm antisocial. I don't do that with many. If I had missed y'all, then I apologize for it. But this is not the end. This is not even the middle of it. So in all actuality, as much as we want to not deal with the program and focus on this, I'm not saying that it can't be an all set balance. Like you could focus 80% of whatever life we have left on this 20% on waking people up. If we all play our part, really come together, like we could create a movement like bigger than the Million Man March. The only thing is though that those people had back in the day, we didn't have social media. The program was more lighter. More people was woke. The technology is what got people more dumbfounded, more docile. Just think about it. We didn't have iPhones and these cell phones to keep us in the loop and keep us on social media, and we see the same type of posts. We see the same female doing this. We see the same guy doing this. We see the same idol doing this, so forth and so on. It's 24/7 brainwashing and making us more docile has become so easy. But when I say that what we're experiencing right now is the very fucking beginning of the fight. It's the very beginning of it. And we are tied into this. It's a soul tie. Whether any of y'all want to believe it or not, that's even if Perps is in here right now. To the Perps that's in here right now, who's working on the dark side, in a sense, y'all been picked for that. We are at war right now. and how God and or the creator or the cosmos, whatever force that drives us, this is not me being religious, biased, spiritual, or nothing. This is just me speaking the fact. I really don't know. Now, it's a difference between what I believe into what I know. Because what I believe really don't turns out to be what I think that I know. Because who knows? It's all information. It's all what we think. It's all what we research, and all the information that we ever learned was given to us. We literally had to use discernment to decipher, do I want to believe in this or do I not want to believe in this? So in all actuality, even if you feel like good versus evil in your heart, I honestly don't know. But in a sense, I do know. So it's only that feeling that exists. But when I say that we all been looped into this spider web for a reason, when I say a reason, just think about it. It's 8.3 billion people in the world. How many people do you think is actually going through this? I wouldn't even say 2 billion. And I'm talking about, I really believe that I'm overdoing it when I say 2 billion. I don't believe that it's nowhere near that amount who's targeting individuals, to be honest. And I honestly believe that we are not the majority, but we are, the opposite of being. I can't find the words. I don't want to slow that up on thinking about it though. But if you really think about it, all of has been select for our own unique, special reason. And it's really only up to us to decide. Like, the program got us halfway there in a sense, because we know that this shit is an abomination. We know that they're violating human rights, they're committing murder, they're committing like war crimes and so on and so forth, absolutely trampling over these alleged constitutions. Our constitutional right absolutely means nothing. We haven't been brought forth on no charges. It's just out of animosity, out of jealous, out of some weird occult like sacrificial or molestation type of reason. Whatever the reason is, we all know that it's demonic. But when I say that we all been put in this battle, these are the soldiers. You, me, the next targeted individual, the next targeted individual, so on. If we don't agree with each other or like each other, that's cool, because that's life. But the war is the same. You on my side, you could be somebody on the 94, the 93 Chicago Bulls. I could be the last bench man who don't even touch the floor, and you could be Jordan or Pippen. And me and y'all might don't even get along or whatever, whatnot. But I don't care, because the mission is the same, to win a championship. We got it. I really don't. Just because I like them, don't mean that I can't play my role and get the whole mission or the whole goal achieved. That's really on a sense of how it is. So when it comes to him voicing his opinion about not speaking on gang stalking and coming back and saying that, hear him out or whatever, I think all of us, like I said, if you're a real targeted individual, you've been going through this long enough. If you're somebody new who's discovering this video for the very first time, trust me, what Elohim said is the God's honest truth. It's no lie, even though it look or it could sound like to someone who don't really comprehend or discern correctly about what he mean or where he's coming from. If you don't see that as a real target individual, then it's hard for me to believe that you're a target individual. But even if that's the case, as I stated, if we don't rally together and step up like they used to do back in the old days with the riots, with the dogs biting them as they holding up. So if we don't get on that level or more harder, then we lost. Because rallying about it online ain't gonna do nothing, because they're just gonna pick us off one by one. That's like going into battle and we're just sending one soldier at a time into a 5,000 man first infantry. Why the hell is we gonna keep on sending one soldier at a time? Why is we keep sending 2 soldiers at a time and we know they're dealing with 5,000 right at the first infantry? So if we don't really come together, understand, and in a sense, like we have to agree to disagree in a sense, though. We have to really understand and be tired of the whole thing that we're going through, the system. I don't care how YouTube look at this. They could look at it as inciting a riot, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not inciting violence. I'm just simply putting people on the game. If you know, you know. We all understand where he's coming from. We all understand what we're going through in life. We all understand what's going on. We know our options. We're smart enough to understand that. Sitting around on YouTube is not going to do nothing. We really got to organize in the sense that we come together. I'm talking about that. We come together so fast that the government is going to have to show their hand. Like, they're going to have to show their hand. I'm talking about to the point where it's going to be so evident that people are going to have to decide right then and there, because these people are not a threat. They're activists. They're talking about this and the third. We that came together so fast. It's just like how those fake companies to get those crowdsources, how they could crowdsource. So if I'm a Warren Buffett and I want to act like I'm protesting against Target or Walmart or whatever, whatnot, I have the money to hire this company to crowdsource a fake riot. So now I done hired goddamn 2,500 false crisis actors, basically, to come out and stand out there in Walmart for 8 hours with picket signs. I done paid for the crowd. But if we really come together and pay for our own crowd, not saying that give this person money, donate that. We have a goal. We know that it's this many targeted individuals or people who stand against this type of tyrannical, like CIA government experimentation with no consent, the abuse through the Pfizer, or however, if we could all take whatever money we're capable of making and we all come up with a spot, a place to meet as many of us as possible. You utilize whatever money you come up with to get here. You utilize whatever money you could come up to get here. You don't give it away. Don't, all of us, we got to come up with a point. Where's our epic center going to be? Where are we going to meet at? Not saying that everybody fund this and everybody fund that, but what I'm doing with this business shit, when I tell y'all, they're gonna have to, they already know. I'm talking about, I'm not even a week in and they're already showing their hand. I'm gonna learn the credit game. I'm gonna learn the business game like the dope game. Every month, I'm gonna create a business until I get the credit game down packed to the point where they're gonna have to keep fucking with me, where they're gonna show their hand. Every bank that I go to gonna have to deny me. Every car that I apply for gonna have to deny me. Every place that I make a payment on is gonna have to fuck with my credit to the point where it don't grow. I'm gonna look at this like the legal dope game. They're literally gonna have to show their hand. The first chance that I get to qualify for 50,000+, I'm gonna show y'all my whole journey, how I went about it, and the tools that I used. Because the credit game, they could interfere with your place of business, they could interfere with your job, this, and the third. They could even interfere with you getting business and starting yourself. But once you get the credit game right and you know how to document and you record everything you do and keep it on the hard drive that only you have access to, they gonna probably have access to it too, but they're gonna know what you have. And you make continuous copies of this, it's gonna become to the point where it's so apparent that you're being systematically harassed, because everything that you do malfunction. You apply for this business, it get malfunction, even though that you qualify for it. You apply for this, it malfunction. You apply for this, it malfunction, even though you're overqualified for every aspect. Now I'm not saying that this is 100 proof, but you're not losing anything in it. When it comes to me creating this business, I done already, bro, when I tell y'all it's so crazy, I'm treating it like the dope game, and I was very good in the dope game. I'm telling you, they're not going to be able to stop me. And if I get this lump sum of money, I'm going to buy like a minor, like Professor Xavier, the motherfucker in the wheelchair that control all the mutants, who got the house with the X-Men and shit like that. I'm trying to tell you, leave me alive for 5 more years. The program gonna hate me. They gonna have to take me out. I'm gonna create like a utopia, bro. I promise you to God. Money never been an issue for me to get. I always counted it on the large scale. In the streets, that was never nothing. I can add you to my Facebook and y'all can see it. I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. I always had the mind to make and create. And when I say I'm smart enough to do it, because I know how to document it, and they only gonna make me look more realer in what I'm talking about. The harassment, me showing that the muscles moving in and out, me showing that when my heart rate get to racing, that my EMF exposure around my house with an EMF detector is through the roof. Like I'm gonna put the evidence is gonna be so crazy. You would literally have to be an agent who's working with the programs to say, well, that don't mean nothing. And you will look weird saying that because you're gonna have to say that about nothing. That's just coincidence. Oh, that's just coincidence. Oh, that's just coincidence too. Oh, that's just coincidence too. Well, that's just you're gonna look stupid after a while. And to anybody with common sense, you can be like, well, that nigga sound weird, because everything he's saying, he's proven, because he's predicting it before it happened. The program is so predictable. My mind is so crazy, and I remember so much. It's only so many tactics that they could use against me. So when it comes to Elohim saying that how he mastered it is a way to master it, because it's all on you. Now, certain things, the pain of the electronic harassment can't stop. You just got to learn how to deal with it. When it's your time to go, when they want to kill you, this, that, and the third, there's nothing you can do with it. When I say that the pains that they put me through is so unbearable, but I'm still here to talk about it. I'm here. I'm going to go through it again tonight. They love to get me when I lay down to go to sleep at night, to sleep deprive me. Not only that, to torture me. The pain is so unbearable, and I have the strength every time to go through it, whether it's me buckering down to the last second and shooting to the hospital on the ambulance to the point where I can't take it, but I'm not going to give up on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do something to try to help myself in the situation. But on the flip side of that, when I say that, it's some things that they literally can't stop without revealing themselves, because it's gonna become what they're doing on the back end is creating what they call pattern recognition. With this pattern recognition, any psychiatrist know this, any psychologist know this. So if they themselves, they know they're taught, their school, they go to school for it, pattern recognition. We all know that, okay, this one thing could happen today. That doesn't mean nothing. It could happen tomorrow, and that's coincidental. It could happen the third day, and okay, that's a little weird, but it happened the fourth day. Whoa, something ain't fucking right. Now you're to the point where you could expect it to happen, and you could predict that it's happening, and people can't deny those evidence. This is how I go about my targeting. This is why when you see a lot of my programs, like even in my last life when I went to the emergency room, I predicted what ambulance we gonna see. The short black lady with the two white men. I predicted that it's going to be a delay on the paramedics, so on and so forth. And when you look at my videos and you see me predicting that before it happened, then you had them coming on scene confirming, oh, well, I'm sorry, it's going to be a delay, this, that, and the third. You cannot deny stuff like that. You can't. So I'm gonna put them in a situation where they have to kill me. If they don't kill me in the next 5 years, when I say I'm gonna destroy this credit game, this business aspect, y'all gonna watch it. I'm gonna show y'all. I always been a hustler. I promise. Everything is gonna be legit. I'm gonna learn every legal loophole that they learn. It's 1,000 loopholes. Y'all know what I've been seeing today in the news. Look it up. Today is the 14th. On March the 14th, 2024, judge this is like I don't know how many judges did it so far this year, but these judges said that they caught a guy who was committing a crime. He was a felon. He was a convicted felon. He couldn't be wearing a firearm. He done got caught with this firearm, and he beat the case on the strength that the judge said it's unconstitutional to tell that this man don't have the right to bear arms and protect himself. So many judges is leaning towards that now. What that let me know is that the code of law. I'm not saying that if you're a felon, go out here and get you a gun or none of this or none of that. What I'm saying is simply find the legal loopholes, find the argument, find the Black's law, find the way to communicate, find a way to maneuver, find the legal way, find the loopholes in the shit that they're doing. Don't commit no crimes, because you don't have to get rich. You don't have to make money. And I'm going to show y'all that. Give me 2 months. Give me 2 months with dealing with this business. Watch where it go. I'm going to show y'all every step, every setback, every mess up, how I calculated and got it back right, what I had to deal with the money from buying acres to buying the house to doing. I'm doing all that. They're not going to be able to stop me. I promise you. On my mother grave, on my kids, on my brother, I promise you, they're not going to be able to stop me. They're not. I don't care what the program got to say about it. I don't care what they got to do about it. I don't care the resources that they're going to back behind it. I don't care the diverting of the phone calls. I don't care about none of that because I'm going to force them to show their hand. I'm going to force them to show themselves or to take me out. I promise you. And I'm going to do it with no violence. I promise you. Martin Luther King, all these people got killed. They display no signs of violence. Maybe the past them showed that they were capable of violence, but when it was time for them to die and they got assassinated, they wasn't on that violence or they wasn't committing violence or breaking the law. They were able to separate the two. They knew when it was a time to do this. They know when it was a time to not do it. They understood this. They understand the fight. They knew how to approach it. And that's the sense. I'm not comparing myself to those brothers at all. I can't come close to what they did and what they established. I'm not trying to leave a mark in the sense of them. I'm not trying to walk in their shoes. I'm not trying to fill in their footsteps. None of that. I promise you I'm not. I don't want to be compared to the two because I'm not worthy in a sense. But I'm just telling you, we really control our own destinies. What we want to do is all up to us. How much time we want to dedicate into the program is going to be how much time we're taking away from our life, our whole purpose, our whole way, our means of life, what we could do about it, how we could combat it, how we could come up with. It's a million ways to make money. They can't stop every way. They can't. They just can't. We seen it. Go look up, we seen rich people who was targeted by the program. We seen rich people who died wealthy, people who died with money, people who died making money, people who died broke, people who died homeless. We done seen it all. So it's not impossible. Once you find that legal avenue, they could probably try to interfere, hinder, make it slow up the process, but they can't stop it without revealing themselves. They can't. So if you know how to set traps, plot, plan, and let me stop saying and I or you, because it's a whole community of us. We got to be smart enough, we really got to get on some war room type thinking, some strategic type, general colonel type thinking, just like how they are. I'm not saying raise our arms in war, but I'm saying get real strategic with it. Think, strategize, plot, theorize, like go after, see what works, see what fail, see what the kinks is, and whatever it is they mess us up in, whatever we're achieving, we got to find a weak point of it to the point where it's ironclad that we could still make our money, but we still be targeted. Now we could make probably $30,000 as a collective, however it go as an individual, whatever, whatnot. Not saying that because we could make money in this don't mean that they're gonna like damage our house, damage the car, flatten the tires, steal our identity, whatever and whatnot. But they can't stop you on every avenue. The whole thing is when they say knowledge is power, it is. And the more knowledge we display, they're going to have to display even more because it's going to get to the point where we as a collective, we're going to be able to outthink them. We don't might have the resources or the technology, but when it comes to money and it comes to dealing with on a permanent state with what we gotta deal with, like we could buy a few acres, we could buy tiny homes, we could buy surveillance for the system, we could get us trained in arms, we could get us trained in the law, we could get us like to the point where they're gonna have to show themselves. They're gonna have to show themselves. They're gonna have to show that they're against us, and it's bigger forces going after us, not just after one individual, but this group of people who said that this group of individuals going after us. That's what got us losing in this because they have communities on their side, even though most of these people who participate in our targeting might have no idea why, because they could hate pedophiles and the program could make it seem like, oh, well, this person's a pedophile. This person don't care about nothing we say because the police, the government, or third-party companies came to them and said that we're pedophiles and they hate pedophiles. So they're going to do whatever to us. The whole time, we're not what they're trying to make us out to be. But these are the lies and the slander campaigns that they use. If we don't get more smarter, more strategic, and we don't develop the balls like they had in the 1940s, the 1950s, and the 1960s, and things like that, if we do not develop that, tap into a lot of people don't like to say this because they're religion, but our ancestor energy, if we don't tap into that, we're doomed. We're doomed. We already know we can't beat them on their playing field. It's impossible. That's like us going into the MGN and thinking we gonna make them go bankrupt. Even though we walked in there, we could go in there with $1 billion to gamble and be in there for 2 weeks. I promise you, you're gonna walk out there broke, balls in your hands, and the house didn't rape you because the house already went. We would never be able to defeat them and on their own status, on their own playground, things like that. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. Are the chances slim? Maybe slim to none? Hell yeah. Given how society is right now. Is it impossible? Hell no. There's always a possibility. There's always, whether it's a 1% to a 99%. That's that half court shot at the buzzer that the worst nigga on the court that threw up and it went in all net. Yeah, it's one in a lifetime, but those opportunities do happen. How often? Let's not worry about that. Let's focus on it being our time when we want it to be. If we don't get on that type of shit, we are doomed. I look at it like the whole humanity, the whole race really rely on us targeted individuals because we are the breeding ground. We are the battleground for what's to come. We are again operated, experimented on. We're again everything. We're again the matrix is literally beating our ass. The only thing that makes us different from these so-called idols or celebrities who speak about it, like Andrew Tate and saying that, yeah, it's a matrix attack, this, that, and the third. The only thing that separate us then from that is the notoriety and the money. Trust me, there's no such thing as a rich opposition. That shit been dead since the Titanic, since JP Morgan now got the people who own that boat and switched it out with the Olympic and all this old Titanic type shit. That shit been dead since then. There's no such thing as a rich opposition. There's not. It's a rich counterpart, and those are the people who's working with the program who got granted this type of power, this position, and they're taught this role to rally the troops and make us think that they're for us. We, the poor resistance, target individual, we're the real poor resistance. Ain't none of us rich, wealthy, got this, that, and the third. So I'm more inclined into believing us than those rich millionaires who try to say, yeah, it's a matrix attack, man. And you still booking interviews on TMZ, on this, that, and the third, buying $6 million Bugattis. Shut up. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm not following somebody like you because I'd be one of those people who drunk the Kool-Aid in Jim Jones' coat. No, we really got to tap in. We really got to develop the balls like it got to be. See, I'm thinking, though, that something crazy is going to have to happen in the United States for us to really, like, for those who's left and surviving to come together and be like, I don't know, I think it'll be probably all out war, come to think about it. Because if the power was to go out today, I don't think enough people is woke to understand who caused it, who the real enemy is, this, that, and the third. But I done ran it on so much. It ain't even supposed to get about this. Let's hear some of the stuff that Elohim said. When I say it hit home and it got my mind in this hamster wheel, and it's like this hamster wheel has Flash Gordon in it. The wheel not even big enough, and it's like I'm running so fast, I had to split into the multiverse. It's crazy because my mind is racing that bad, though.
I'm saying, is we growing? What are we doing? You feel me? And
let's listen to
bro, like this part
of
my
life,
I
ain't even gonna lie. He
talked
that shit in this.
It helped me out. It helped me reach people.
Elohim talked this shit in this, bro.
To truly grow, you must leave behind your old self, your old ideals, your old beliefs. The things that you used to be shouldn't be. So as I outgrow the program, but yet I'm still talking about the program, I'm not fully growing. And with the YouTube, you know, I find myself getting drawn into the likes, the views, or why I'm shadow banned, or why I'm not getting this, or why I'm not getting that. I feel myself falling into the trap of social media and what it does to you. And that's not me. Like, I'm truly growing, like I'm truly improving myself in my life. And I feel like the program, as far as the content wise, like I'm not benefiting off of it. Like I put so much time, so much creativity into my videos that like sometimes I feel like I'm not going nowhere or I'm not getting nothing in return. But it's like that extra energy, that extra creativity that I put towards my videos, even if it's just a little bit, if I was to put that to my life, I would be even more complete. And that's how I feel, man. Like I feel like if if I get rid of just this part of my life, that my life would be more complete because that's
Do y'all see how strong the message is? Because what he's saying is 1,000% correct. And at the same time, he's telling those who's experiencing the gang stalking like program, like what we really need to hear. Like, because I mean, just peep what he's really saying, bro. When you really break it down and the common denominator, you completely understand and you will see how he got to the video next though. When I say I wholeheartedly feel Elohim on his message because it takes so much from you as an individual. You really get so consumed in the program and you would do it. And after a while, you're really looking like this crazy person that they're paying you out to be. But as I stated, though, I'm not saying turn your complete back on the program. You have to find that balance, whether it's an uneven balance, whether you dedicate 70% of yourself to making you a better you, chasing your dreams and admiration, while spending 30% of yourself still waking the people up, schooling those who need this information, so on and so forth, letting them know your journey, what you're doing, going about helping, like stop this, that, and the third, like what's your role? Because we're literally all just a small speck in one big gigantic plan. None of us could say that the world actually revolves around. That's because that's like saying that the universe revolves around just one person. How would that even be possible? Because if I die right now, the days are not going to get shorter, the nights are not going to get longer if I die right now. So I know that the world don't stop revolving because I'm up out of here. We have to literally, it's like a puzzle. We all have to play a certain role to achieve a certain goal. And if we allow the program to get us stuck in the sense of us just literally focusing on the program, it the program won. The reptilians, the devil, the archons, whatever it is you want to label this negative energy, this negative force that's fighting so hard against us morning, noon, and night, 24/7, 365, 366 on the leap year. If we allow it to, bro, we then become the lost souls of society. So the people who's so strong, the people like us who have discernment, who's able to see through a veil, who are able to see the snakes for who they are and things of this nature. This is how they're converting the good energy, the warriors, into lost souls, because battling this program will literally have us stuck on that path where we forgot what it was we were supposed to achieve. Our life could have been so bright 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We know what it is we wanted to do. We thought we know what it was we wanted to do. We was chasing this. Our life was just so complete. Then this happened, and we don't even know what the fuck we was doing. 5 years from later, we question all that. Is that what I supposed to been? Is this what it's meant out to be? Then we stuck up on, bro. When I say it's so deep though, but it's all onto you. It's all onto you. Like not just me, but you too. It's like how bad do we want this to end? Because if this was back in the day and we knew that this was going on like it was with slavery, and we were all gonna buck, we were all gonna escape the fall, then we would do it. But right now, it's so many people doubting this because we don't know where to go from there. We could turn away from our lives, but the average person is not, because we got to keep a roof over our head. We got to keep a job. We got to keep a paycheck coming in because we got to pay bills. We got to keep a paycheck coming in because we got to go to the store and buy groceries. So it made us, bro, when you see the program and how the Matrix was designed, it was literally designed to make us so weak. You think that our ancestors back in the day would be sitting on YouTube sharing videos of police brutality or something like that? We would be in the streets. I'm talking about busting windows. They'll have to come down the block with the fire hydrants, and the fire hydrants bust with the water hose, and they're going to have canine shepherds all on the streets with guns. I seen the footage. So I already knew what type of energy that our ancestors carried. I already seen it. I seen it in black and white. Not in color, but in real life, black and white. But technology had literally made us so scared, so weak, so it's sad when you think about it. Because I laid my life on the line for this, for good, to speak out against the program, to go against the program, to expose the program. They could kill me right now. I promise the only thing that I pray from the Most High is for me to die with a smile on my face. Like, cool. Y'all didn't get what y'all wanted. I ain't mad. I ain't sad. I ain't fearful. I ain't none of that. But if we can't organize and rally and we stay separated with the technology really wanted us to do in the first place, even with the program is teaching us exactly what the Bible spoke on. It would become a time where neighbors would turn against neighbors, families would turn against family. So in that whole mindset alone, the gang stalking program got us as target individuals not being able to trust nobody. We can't trust our neighbors because our neighbors are the very ones who persecute us. They are. We literally have to disregard all that and know that we are the elected. We are the chosen. Not to say that on no spiritual aspect or no biblical aspect. I'm not speaking that in that sense. I'm literally speaking the truth. We were chosen. Like, not we're chosen people on the biblical sense. Like, hell no. The universe, history chose us. They know that we are the ones to stand up against this. How we want to oppose it, how we want to come together, or whatever. Because we could have been an NPC, not knowing what's going on. Y'all could be one of the people who's really going through this. Say, for instance, in a multiverse, y'all could be one of the people who said that you're crazy, man, for talking like that, or you need to be checked into a mental hospital for thinking like that, or you're a conspiracy head, or 10 head, 10 foil hat wearer, or anything of that nature. We could have easily been one of those people, but we're not. We honestly see what's going on. So we literally were chosen by whatever force, whatever supreme being, whatever. That's up to y'all to decide. I ain't getting to that. All I know is something higher than me, something more smart than me, something more intelligent than me, something who I recognize. And I can see that the whole world don't possess what I see. The entire world don't. Hell no. These people is falling into these trends, NPC trends. That then became a thing that people literally get on the internet and act like NPCs and they get rewarded for it. 20,000 on live stream, this, that, and the third. When I say the simulation has become so real because they didn't gave it to us. They didn't pitch it to us. They gave us the idea. They gave us a thought of, okay, this is a simulation. Then they told us, well, simulation is this, that, and the third. To the point where a collective, a large portion of us have started believing that this whole simulation thing is real. So therefore, we manifested all this shit ourselves because of the idea that they pitched to us. When we could really change the course of all of that. People really don't understand what we possess as the majority of the world. Say, for instance, like how they say the 1% rule the world, and how could we let the 1% rule the world? That's because the spells, the shit that it did us worked so fucking well. But really think about it. We could break that shit. We could be the ones who start this. It might don't even work in our lifetime, but for us to keep on playing our role, figuring us out, speaking out about it, helping waking people up, point out the what is the word that I'm looking for? To point out the discrepancies going on in the world, point out the good versus the evil, who to believe, who not, the truth from the lie. Being that we have the sense to do this, though we possess so much power, but we won't ever begin to see our power unless we honestly come together. If I'm only one mutant going against Magneto and his whole clan of enemies. I'm only villains. I'm only one. I'm only one part of the Justice League going against their arch rival. I'm literally only one part. It's only where we come together to form the Justice League where we become a force to be reckoned with. And until we want to make those sacrifices in the material world, when it comes to this 3 days of power, or we losing power or communications because of EMP, it's gonna be too late then. We're gonna be too unorganized. It's gonna catch us off guard for one another, and then on top of that, we're gonna be worried about our friends who turned on against us, our family who we already know. It's gonna be natural instincts. I gotta call my mom. I gotta call my dad. I gotta call my sisters. Even though them people turned on us a long time ago, it's gonna be natural instincts. You're gonna automatically think to call and check on them because they're blood. But until we get to the point where we could really like sacrifice all that, accept our role wholeheartedly, break off and come together, and really go against this how we should. We know how we should. We see how they took care of the Black Panther. We see how they still go about it today with these activist groups, how they infiltrate them, make them look like mobs, so on and so forth. We've seen this. We know this. We know the tactics. We live them every day. We know them. They can't pull nothing over our ass. We tired of seeing it, actually. That's all. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing new. Y'all gonna use the same tactics. That's kind of easy because I'm gonna brace myself and prepare for it. Now I know how to handle this tactic every time I see it. Every time I come faced with this tactic, I see it. I keep getting caught up. Let's dig into Elohim. My bad, bro. This mess is so deep though.
It's extra energy that I'm using. That's extra like energy that I give to the program completely. You feel me? I can never truly be released until I fully release that which I'm talking about, that I'm discussing, that I'm constantly like thinking like, damn, they do this, they do that, why they do this or what this all about. Like, just constantly doing that, it's hard to reprogram your mind to truly be free from it because we're constantly talking about it. We already know what's going on. We already know everything. It comes a point in time where we leave it all behind. You know what I'm saying? We leave it all behind. Like we in school, we do our 4 years and shit, and that's it. Like we do our years. It's the same thing. Like we know all we know. We put the message out for people that's new and they just experiencing this and they want to know what's going on. We put the content out for them, and it's time for us to truly be free and leave it up to them to learn and study. But I feel like us being stuck here and constantly just keep repeating the same thing, keep doing the same thing, and not seeing no improvement in our own life, that we should really be focusing on what truly matters in our life instead of just the program every single day. Bro, like, I'm doing shit in my life. Like, I'm making things happen. I'm grinding hard. I'm improving myself, but yet I'm still stuck on the same thing. Still talking about a program that I already overcame, a program that I'm already beating. Like I said, it's not about winning or losing, but I'm saying like it's a program that I'm mentally able to overcome. You know what I'm saying? Man, what's a new stage? It's about me focusing on myself to become the best version of myself. That way I can spread hope in the real world. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it online for about like 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
See, and that's what I'm saying. The aspect of his message, you really have to spread. You have to expand when it comes to helping wake people up. Because as I stated, we literally have been sitting online talking about the same thing, this, that, and the third, which is cool because we gotta help those who's just coming into the targeted individual community. Like it was one point in time that I was a rookie to the community. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm known throughout the community. 4 years ago, I came in the community not knowing anything, still learning, still coming to grasp with believing that, dang, like, bro, this can't be my life, bro. Because they said that they've been going through it for this many years and this person was born, so on and so forth. Just so much. So much. And I'm older than some of the people who've been going through it longer than me. So you can only imagine how I feel. But like I said, it's the same sense though. But like him is saying though, you gotta evolve when you have to become a master to it in some sense, because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself being wasted talking about the same thing your whole life, the program winning, you not never figuring out your purpose, nothing good ever coming to you because you didn't allow it to, because you focus so much of your time on the negative. But like I said, I believe that it's a positive. It's so much positive to the negative, because in order for you to be prepared for a war, you got to know who you are. You got to find your strengths. You got to know you. You got to know your weaknesses. And if you're continually like worried about the downsides of the program and you're focused solely on the programs, what's going to happen next, what they're going to do today, this, that, and the third, talk about this, talk about that. Everything that you do, every minute of your life is literally spent thinking, talking, walking, eating, while all thinking about the program. Your life literally has been consumed. You have lost. You haven't been able to be strong enough to differentiate the two. Your program, you're not even strong enough mentally to be able to balance out the two, because the program is something you got to deal with. Your life is something that you got to deal with. When you get those two clouded and you're stuck solely on the program, you're no good for the war at all. That's why I said that God give his toughest battles to his toughest warriors, because it's not about him talking as if he's giving up, because he's not. He elevated past the regular stages, which I haven't came to terms with, or I feel as though that I didn't come to terms with, because everything that they still do to me, I'm adventuring and experiencing and trying new things. So it's new to me. So I feel as though that I need to tell the new people who subscribe to my channel, who haven't went through it yet, or those who went through it yet, so they could relate. But at the same time, I'm working on the back end to fix myself. I didn't quit so many negative things in my life. I stopped doing so many negative things I used to indulge in. Like I was addicted when I say to sex. I was addicted. Like that's why I say I love and respect my girlfriend, because when I was really making money, like y'all wouldn't understand. Like literally, I could tell y'all this and sound like a male chauvinist or someone who just was just out there, out there, out there. It's so many things that I see that was so wrong with my life and how I've been going about it, what I need to do to adjust it. Far wise is what we need to do to it becoming bigger than me, and what could I do for the world? What could I do for the community? How could I, bro, when I say that, it really helped me to elevate my thinking and become a better person compared to what I was. I'm not saying gang stalking is good. Don't take what I'm saying out of context, but I'm just saying the level of thought and learning that it took while in the program, the maturity that is required, and the really just thinking on a logical basis of how I used to. When I say I have became so far, like y'all could ask, I would put her on camera. All my baby mamas, I would put on camera, and they would tell you how far I done came as an individual, as a person, like my heart, my empathy, my sympathy, like from me doing what's right to what's wrong, my moral compass, just everything. Because I honestly see and know which side that I've been chosen for, whatever force that we want to decide. Say, for instance, some evil negative force could be the reason that we're in the program, but also some good force could be the reason that we're in the program, because we were placed in it to separate the wheat from the tare. I always get that comment on my videos, but in a sense that makes more sense though. So I don't really look at it as a bad thing. I look at it as like the God or universe, like showing me who my enemies is. The system is my enemies. I really got to resonate with those who resonate with me. Be 100% with yourself, with those who's 100% with you. You know that I definitely understand that no war is fought without casualties. I understand that I could be a casualty. I'm all for it. I already look at it like my life expectancy has already been minimized way like shorter than what it should have been. So I could have been destined to live for 80 years, 90 years. But being that I'm a target individual, experience these electronic tortures, the harassment, the radiation, and so on and so forth, my life expectancy had probably dropped. I might not make it past 50, but I accept that. I accept me being picked out of everybody in my family. I'm glad that it happened with me. I'm glad that I'm the one who get to step into this war, understand what's going on, hopefully get to rally the troops. And I don't expect to see it to the end. I just want to be on the most righteous side. And how him is talking though, I believe that you really got to figure that part on you first to be good at any war. So you really don't want to consume your every second of your day, every second of your life, like every relationship, every person you bump into. You don't want to give the program that much power because it's really going to stop you from growing as an individual. You gonna have to find a way to balance it out, whether it don't have to be 50-50. Like I said, it could be 60-40, 70-30, so on and so forth, 80-20, and it could be you dedicating on your life purpose, what makes you happy, getting stronger, getting smarter, getting wiser, to you coming back, reaching back to the folks who may be lost in the sauce, don't understand what's going on, or being a shining light and helping people wake up because it's going to take more than one person. It's 8 some billion people in the world. So my light only maybe illuminate to 100 people, but your light plus my light, now we can illuminate to 1,000 people. Then our light combined with this person light, now we up to the 10,000s of people, and so on and so forth. I look at it like that. It's like a whole energy transference thing. You tap this person to wake them up, and I tap this person to wake them up. They might use 2 hands to tap the next 2 people to wake them up, and so on and so forth. It's really like a domino effect until we learn how to merge the two, because there's really no separating from the good versus evil. To us, just understanding this life and living and taking it for what it is us getting stronger on the aspect that him is talking about. But it's we can't duck the role that the universe or the cosmos or the most high have selected for us. We can't duck it. It's not up for us to say that I don't want to participate in this war because I have nothing to do with it. We got everything to do with it. When you see that it's 8.3 billion and not even half of that 8.3 billion is awoken to what's really going on in the world, or it already would have been a civil war worldwide. We already would have overthrew the evil if 4 billion people understood what was going on worldwide. If half of the population, it already would have been war, because half of the population, we count the people. So half of the population already know what's going on. And then you got to take the other half and contribute that to the bots. And then we got to separate the bots from the people who know what's going on. So that other half of the 4 million, we got to split that 2 ways between the bots and the people who know what's going on. So it would have been over. Our job not over yet, regardless on if we got to come back after death, after reincarnation, whatever. So if y'all still want to duck this fight here and there, I believe that y'all already fought this fight before. All us did back in our past. I believe that we already been the soldiers. We just might don't remember. We already been the soldier. We already been fighting this fight. This ain't our first fight. A lot of us might don't remember. Some of us might feel as though that this ain't nothing new to us. Some of us might be prepared for it. Some of us might be warriors on the battlefield when it comes to this. But I'm pretty sure that all of us that's elected for this shit have already fought this war before. This isn't our first time. I promise you, it's not our first time. We might don't remember, But the universe, history repeats itself. Its warriors repeat itself. Everything repeats itself. His heroes, the spirit of them, all of that repeat themselves. I promise you, it do. And that's how I feel like it is. I believe that we have all been selected and we all been fighting this war before. We are the few selected who know what's going on. We we are those who empower each other. And I don't think that it's up to any one of us to say that we're really done with this or we don't want to talk about it. I'm not saying don't take your time to figure out you to get stronger mentally, to get stronger financially, to get stronger in wisdom, and so on and so forth. Hell no, that's probably the most important part of you being physically fit and mentally fit for a war. You can't go in there mentally drained. You can't go in there physically drained. You can't go in there not knowing nothing. You can't go in there not knowing how to be disciplined, how to be calculated, how to be strategic. You can't go into any fight knowing that, not knowing it. You can't. Good luck if you do. I promise you, good luck.
And for some of y'all that watched my first account that was on my first channel, it got deleted. I've been doing this for a while, you know what I'm saying? And, I feel like I put the message out there. I did what I was supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? But now,
You ain't done him.
right now, while I'm living, I want to focus more on me, man. I still want to accomplish some things in my real world, you know what I'm saying? I'm already doing it, but I feel like this extra energy that I'm putting on mine, man, I can put that on myself, man, truly grow and truly shine, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I love content. I love doing this, man. But like I said, you reach a point where you leave it all behind, bro. It's just inevitable. Like, how you gonna grow? You gonna outgrow the program, but then you gonna outgrow even talking about it because it brings you no value. It brings you because what you was looking for before when you first made the content, it's not the same no more. It's not the same. Like when I first made my channel, I wanted to, have the subscribers, have the likes, and help people and reach people and mentor people one on one. I wanted to do that, but as I grew, my belief grew on what I wanted to do with this channel. It grew. You feel me? And it grew to the point where I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice: is I'm going to stay stagnant and stay worrying about the program or what other people do, and still make content, still talking about it, and not grow, or I'm going to outgrow the program and outgrow this. It was a tough decision.
See, that's where I believe that him got it like misconstrued at because you can grow. You could even outgrow the program. You could master the program to the point where you speak on the program like he's doing, and it no longer affects you. You're beating on the program in a sense, though. It's just like if God was to cast out demons, you can't say that he's tired of casting out demons and I don't want to cast out demons no more because I overgrew casting out demons. It's not even really that. I think that it's mastering it in a sense, and you learning how to, like I said, to deviate your time though. So if you want to really work on you and still be a part of the community, I think that it's possible to do. Now you just don't dedicate your own time. Spend 6 days a week and 22 hours to you and dedicate 1 hour to telling how that journey is going against you, going for you, and how the program is going against you in a sense or whatever. But as I stated, I believe that we're literally all warriors into this. Now it could become a point where the master outgrow the battlefield and you could no longer continue to fight or whatever or whatnot, and you already in school and taught your next up and coming class of students or whatever, and they go on with the fight in a sense like that though. But me, in a sense where I kind of slightly disagree and still agree because nothing he's saying is wrong in this because this is how he feel, and a lot of this is I can't tell him his truth and how he feel about the program. That'd be wrong off the top though. But I'm telling you how I feel about it and where I do agree with him at, which is a lot when it comes to this message that he's putting out, though. I wouldn't have shared it if I didn't agree with it, like damn it wholeheartedly, if you understand what I'm saying. But I look at it deeper from my aspect anyway, though, that I literally was, I don't flaunt that name, a chosen one. I don't wear it proudly. I don't claim to be one, this, that, and the third. But in a sense, given how I evaluate the circumstances and what's going on in the world, who's aware of what's going on in the world, where my heart stands, the sympathy that I have for other, the empathies that I have for other, how much I want to see people do good. I don't want wrong to come to this person, nor the person who don't deserve it, so on and so forth. I literally know on a spiritual aspect which side of the paradigm I stand on. And it's like on a spiritual aspect, I really feel as though that I'm a spiritual warrior. Not only that, just a physical warrior, because I lay down my life for speaking the truth. I'm a rebel at heart. I've never been the one to go against injustice. And like I said, this could be just me, how I feel about it. I've never been the type that like bullies. I go against bullies. I want to be the bullier type stuff. I've never been the type that, if something going on, like somebody could be getting beat up or jumped on the side of the road, I'm not going to be the guy in the crowd taking my phone out, recording it and doing. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy to try to help who's ever in the right. Like, is this person just attacking this person out of the blue? If I had to lose my life within it, then that's it. I don't care. I don't think beyond it. I don't care. I literally operate on what's right. I think about what's right, and I try to live my life based on it. Despite some of the messed up things that I did, what I ever did in my life, I never physically harmed anybody who didn't try to harm me. I never killed anybody. I never raped anybody or any of that. I understand right from wrong. I'm all on this side of right and righteousness, especially knowing what we're dealing with on a spiritual level. So I don't know, it's just so weird for me because as much as I want to care about me and what my life do, I'm still setting time in it on the side to achieve those goals, to make sure my business gets started, to do this and do that, and to still enlighten those about the program, still raise my kids and whatever, and this, that, and the third. I plan on doing all of it until I can't do it no more. I promise you, until I can't, until my dying breath. This is it. Whether I gotta go there, well, like I said, buying an acre or two, whether it gotta be like me trying to get some laws passed or whatever it is, I'm never gonna stop fighting. Because I understand that the war is so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than my kids. It's so much bigger than my girl. It's so much bigger than my family because we're only a small fraction when it comes to the whole human race. These are the sacrifices that I think about making when I want to stand up against what's wrong, when I want to try to help people wake up to what's really wrong in the world, speaking about what I'm going through, knowing the backlash I could get, still like setting even appointments with therapists and want to talk to them about what I'm going through, telling my PCP about what I believe I'm going through, telling my cardiologist about me being hit with EMF, even though I know how they're going to view me and stuff like this. I will never be silenced or stand on my tongue or not stand up for what right, no matter what position it lands me in, no matter how what people look at me or view me as. I honestly don't care about that. I follow my heart when it comes to stuff like this, bro. And I honestly believe, like I said, Elohim is not wrong. This is not about him being wrong or right because he's 100% right because these are the things that he feel. But what I'm saying is, I think that all of us have been handpicked by the universe, by our own specific type of powers that be, not on that evil shit, not on the elites, your Jeff Bezos, your Larry Finks and your Warren Buffets and your Klaus Schwab, not on that type of the dark side type of stuff, but I'm just saying the polar opposite on the good that went against the bad that went against the good. I believe we're on that spectrum. We are like the warriors of light. However we engage in the war, whatever our strong points is or whatever or whatnot, just like you have people who's already been your neighbor who's banging on the wall, your neighbors who's same exit, same entry, your co-workers who's crowd mobbing you, those little dark souls and whatever missions that they didn't already signed up for on the spiritual aspect. I believe that we stand on the polar opposite. This is how I feel about it because I believe that the spiritual is 100% of what we got going on right now. And if you're not on that side and agreeance with all of that stuff, you're not one of the people who could just turn a blind eye and watch evil being done, then you're over here. But it's no need to like shortstop it. It's no need to be 50-50 with it, like on the line. We really need to get back on that 1940, 1950s energy where we're really meeting up. Like we're really meeting up. We can't worry about no COINTELPRO because we understand our mission, our objective. We understand what it is. We're not approaching any of this with violence. So if anybody want to try to, infiltrate and talk about violence, let's plant bombs here, or talking like a radical, we should be able to be smart enough to understand. We know when it's time to defend ourselves, no violence, unless we're defending ourselves. Defending ourselves. Those are facts. Unless we're defending ourselves, we're not going out here and try to cause nobody harm. We just want the harm to stop being caused to us. And if we have to demand it and demand and lead to whatever it lead to, we already been in war, like I said, from the water to the food to the air to whatever. So it's like I said, it's to me, I just feel as though I don't know, man. Like I said, we we really have to unite. It's not about your ethnic background. It's not about race. It's not about color. It's not about what religion you believe in. It's all about morals. It's all about empathy, sympathy for the human right. It's about what's right versus what's wrong, what's evil versus what's good. And if people are not willing to sacrifice their life on the line for the human race, for the greater good, then cool, get out of the fight or whatever or whatnot, or play whatever role is designed that you're made for. I'm not upset at anyone about any of that though, even myself, because I haven't met up with nobody. I haven't got the ball rolling. I'm just saying if we don't think about that and get in that mind frame, then we're gonna lose. Because we are the people who see what's going on. So if the people who see what's going on is not willing to come together and paint the broader picture for those who don't see what's going on, then how could we stand a chance? That's all I'm saying. How could we? Anything else to me seemed like surrendering. It's just sitting back watching it help. Like I said, how would I look as kids? That's probably to any targeted individual with kids. You think that I'm gonna go the rest of the life that I have to live and not tell my kids about what's going on with me so they could be more prepared. Although me telling them this though could even fuck them up even more and have them more focused on this. But what is a father to do? How would I look to let them just go out here into such a cruel world doing what they doing to me and they still experience somewhere to a certain degree and I don't do nothing about it, don't say nothing to them about it, don't prepare them for it, just let it blindside them. These are the choices, which is tough the choices. These are tough choices that we have to make. The same type of choices I got to make on my individual life. I look at it like I got to make on a broader scale too. Because I'm not just doing it for my son. I'm not just speaking out for my son, although I am speaking out for my sons. But it's not just about them. This is about for the next person kids, the next person beyond the next person kids, the grandkids. I'm talking about the past. This is about your aunties, your grandma, all those who just want to live an ordinary, regular life, who's not here harming the soul, harming, I'm talking about anything. What are we going to do about it? That's what I really want to know. All the talking aside, because like I said, we have the right to fill in whatever role we want to, whatever we want our role to be in history or whatever. When that's totally up to us, we're the authors of our own path. If we stray away from the path that we were designed from, I guess you can make up your own. I don't know how it's going to go or whatever and whatnot, because as I said, we were wired different from the rest of society. We were wired to the point where we could see what's going on. The veil is not over our eyes. Like we uncovered that a long time ago. We see what's going on. So if people want to think of it in that sense though, but as I told you, man, y'all just wait because I'm gonna show y'all better than I tell you. If I get this business game down pat, which I attend, I study it every day, watch the videos. I got a notepad already that's almost full. I got to go out and get a couple of more notepads tomorrow so I can finish taking notes, pursue this, that, and the third. I mean, I got money putting aside to fund more businesses. However many businesses I want, I can start a business up once a month if I want to for each month, for once every other week or whatever. I got 24 businesses starting after this. After I learn this, I promise you, I'm telling y'all what my goals is gonna be. Y'all gonna see. I promise you, it's gonna start off with me buying acres. My first 15,000 cash straight up. I'm going to buy a couple of acres. After that, I'm gonna get a couple of tiny homes. After that, I'm gonna be looking at venturing out into more stuff. I'm gonna keep y'all updated with everything I do. I'm taking I'm taking this serious. What's going on with me and my life and with so many others? I'm taking it serious. I'm taking my role like this is what I was born to do. This is my role in life. As I stated, I don't think that I've been here before. Who knows? I could be wrong, but given off how history repeats itself. Of course, I don't remember my past life, but this feels familiar. You know what I'm saying? I'm the black sheep. I wear it pride. Don't get to me. I see what's going on. I see how many people are asleep. So if reincarnation is real and I can say that it was past life, I doubt that I was a dumb motherfucker back in my past life and I just got discernment in this life. I doubt it. I doubt that. I doubt it. Unless my spirit is evolved. I doubt that. I really doubt that. So, like I said, I'm challenging these people to the max, man. I don't know how the most of y'all feel about it, but I understand my role in this whole program. I'm not saying I'm gonna be the savior because I'm just one small tiny person playing this role. I could be a pawn in this whole chessboard, which I'm cool with doing it, man. Like I said, but in order for us to make a change, I'm pretty sure that we all see that how it used to be back in the day is not what it is now. And they were real life rioting for what was right, what was wrong. They were sticking together for what was right. Of course, we had a couple of suckers here and there. We're going to deal with those. A couple of traitors in the community, a couple of traitors in the group. We going to have to deal with that. We're going to have to be able to weed them out, peep their language, people, and what's their goal, what's their objective, so on and so forth. We really can't worry about that because just how they'll have them on our end, we can have them on their end too. People who they infiltrated, because we know that in order to duck the matrix, you got to blend in with the matrix. So that's even if you're familiar with conspiracy theories, then that's just like if we was to if the group, if we were a village and one of the females in the village had what we thought was the golden child, then we would train this golden child how to blend in with society. Don't talk about conspiracy theories. Don't trust anybody as your friends. Teach them about honeypots and stuff like this. So when they grow older, they spot these things. It's just like the polar opposite. So I believe that, like I said though, man, call me a sucker, whatever you want though. But I believe it's all possible. If I could think it, then it has been done. If they could think it, then it has been done. I don't think that they could that it's just going to be easy like that. And I don't think that any one of us became targeted individuals just by a chance, regardless of if we piss somebody off, they put us in a program or not. I don't think that, regardless on that it was a chance. I believe that it was already written, and I believe it was just really a step forward to help us understand what was really going on. Now, sole purpose of life, ours particularly, like with Rose, this was our wake up. Like you've been living too comfortable, worried about this, then the third, this female, then these joys that come out, that the money that you make from this, that, and the third. Well, you forgot your task, so it's gonna be kind of hard. Me reminding you, but let me go ahead and remind you right now what your task was. Gang stalking happening. I told you it was gonna be hard, but you had to. How else would I? I gave you all the time in the world that you wanted. You had 36 years to figure out what you was doing. I gave you hint after hint. You succeeded in this area, you failed in this area. You know how I felt when you did this. I told you how I felt when you did this. I sat back and watched you mess up for too long. The only thing that was going to wake you up to who you were was gang stalking. So now you're aware. You stumbled upon the glasses, and they know that you got the glasses and you can see. I'm sorry. What else? I did everything else to show you that I was here and I had your back. I look at it like that, on some supernatural stuff like that. That's how I really view it. I can't rule it out. Who am I? Because I can reflect to my life where it was so many situations that I found myself in that I know it only had to be God or a higher source to help get me out of it. From me going to trial for murder, attempted murder, robbery, abduction, gun charges. I went to trial for that. I stood trial. My case is public. You can go get the transcripts from it. You know, everybody who testified, from what the judge said to the prosecutor to all the witnesses to the cops. My stuff is open to the public. It wasn't no concealed case or any of this. And it's just so many other aspects of my life that I found myself in that you would be like, how did he make it out of that? And it was through the grace of God. It wasn't my time. That wasn't my reason. He kept showing me like you meant for something greater than this. You're meant for something greater than this. Now I can't keep telling you that you're meant for something greater than this. Now, if I was guilty of the things that he was that I was being accused of, or the positions or situations that I found myself in, I wouldn't be here to tell it because karma would have already caught up with me if I had killed someone, if I had robbed someone, if it was abduction, if it was gun charges, if it was drug charges, I would have did. I would have faced my karma for that already. It's how I look at it. If I was truly guilty about those, none of those things I ever was really caught of. Couldn't kill nobody. I didn't abduct nobody. I got caught up in my brother and my cousin stuff. And his baby mama got mad and threw everybody under the bus, even those who didn't have nothing to do with it. I took it to trial. Anybody can request the transcripts. But like I said, I've been in so many life and death situations. My stepdaughter, me and my stepdaughter was walking to the store around Project Essex Village one night, and somebody jumped out to rob us. And it's so crazy because I didn't have nothing on me at that time. But my stepdaughter, you can ask my baby mother about this. I got my stepdaughter out the way. I pushed her because she froze up. I pushed her so she could start running. So I got the attention of the dude who was pointing the gun at me, and I ran the opposite way. He clicked the gun. Clunk, 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 clunk. It didn't go off. Now, one time, he tried to fix it. Clunk, 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 clunk. I'm right there in front of him. It didn't go off. I got stuck right there by the gate. I done ran into a dead end. Click, 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 click. It's been so many situations, but my first instinct was to snap her out of it and get her up out of there, and for me to get his attention so he could think about me. Because the only thing I'm worried about is my stepdaughter's safety. I get all his attention. He click it. It jammed not once but twice. Click, 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 click. Ask my girlfriend of mine. I put her on camera so she can answer this, bro. I guarantee she'll remember that day. I can put my stepdaughter on camera. She's 23 now. She would tell you. I mean, so many situations that I know there's nothing but a God and He's on my side. But as I stated, these situations, I never put myself in, or I never did anything to hurt nobody to put myself in these situations. So it's like God really knew, like, stop hanging with this person or stop living this type of life. Like I'm keep sparing you. I'm keep sparing you. Like you don't understand who you are, what I put you here for. So I mean, this is how I'm taking everything. When I reflect and look back onto my life and see the things that I overcame and made it through, it couldn't have been nothing but God. I promise you, it couldn't have been nothing but God. So I really feel as though that I'm here for a bigger purpose. And gang stalking, I believe, is my purpose because there's no crime, there's no atrocity on earth worse than gang stalking. I promise you. We're all familiar with all the other crimes, you name it, by getting raped, from murder to, I mean, electronically torture. Gang stalking is literally everything rolled in one. electronically raped. I heard about the females experiencing that. I'm talking about electronically unalive. I mean, you name it, deprived of your finances, deprived of everything, just a sensible living, from your bills being paid to you owning a vehicle, and it's on a day-to-day basis. It's literally hell. It's you stuck in limbo, having to relive the worst feeling over and over and over and over and over again. But God gave me the strength to deal with all this throughout my life. It won't nothing but Him. And I just want to, like I said, play my role. We all got to play our role. I'm just more willing to accept it now. Like I accept it wholeheartedly. I surrender to my role. I surrender to it. Like not to sound cheesy or cliche. Y'all look at my YouTube months and months ago. Y'all to see how, like just a couple of months ago, I was so distracted, going back and forth, cussing, hooting and hollering. I'm talking about falling for every trap, speaking on everybody who spoke on my name. I'm talking about completely wasting my time with what I would assume is I'm not going to even throw shots at them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to even cause confusion and nothing like this. Because what they could be experiencing is to be real. But I noticed that's not my purpose. That's not why I'm here to stay stuck in limbo. To wake up every day and experience the same thing, and I'm not progressing. I'm not helping nobody. I'm not waking nobody up. I'm just stagnant. It's everything that I'm doing is detrimental to my own health, my mental well-being, and everything. So it's like I really had to grow up in this last. It's weird because growing up is something that don't mature, and it's something that don't happen overnight. It takes a series of things for you to actually like come to terms with it. Like we're all growing to this day though. I'm not perfect. The people who listening to this is not perfect. None of us is perfect. God wasn't perfect. So every day we're learning, we're growing. But when I say that it took me so long to really understand or feel as though that I understand what's my purpose. Like I was always living life not thinking about what my purpose was until it hit me. God been using me the whole time. I ain't lying, just like He used. I'm not saying I'm special, I'm better than the next person or any of that. I'm not saying that at all. No, who am I to say that you're more special? I'm not comparing me being special to you being special by far. I'm just comparing my life, what I've been through, where I'm at right now, how I appreciate things, how I see things, how my moral compass makes me feel, what my emotional, what sympathy and empathy and just all of this weighs in. So it's not just no egotistical or no narcissistic thing that I'm saying here. It's just giving thanks to that feeling, that creator, and things of that nature. Because, like I said, once in my life, I was just in a world of darkness where I never would even have thought about thinking like this. I wouldn't have never thought about seeing the world as I do. You know what I'm saying? I probably never would have even thought about sacrificing myself for the greater good. Probably never would have even thought about that because to me, in the material aspect, life was so good. I had everything I wanted. Why would I think about that? I got all the women I want, all the money, everybody respect me. I'm talking about taking trips. I'm going here. I could wake up and do all of this. I wasn't thinking of this at all. When really this been the fight, the mission. This been my reason the whole time. As I stated, I believe that is all our reason. Anybody who's a real target individual, I believe that y'all 100% without a shadow of a doubt is part of the resistance. And as I stated, how him said it, I believe it is a balance. We got to be able to, to find that balance and continue to fight because him give out great information. So do King Mansa, so do Gang Stalking by the numbers. Um, I'm talking about when it comes to psychological warfare and the program itself, though. When I say 3 messages or messengers who information be on point. I mean, you can't even deny it though. So that's stated. I believe that we're all drawing and connect together, like that TV show, The 100, where everybody got left the earth. The 100 people got left the earth, and all the other people got to go live out in orbit and things of this nature. I believe that we, in a sense, those are us. We're the divergent. We're the ones that they want to get rid of. The war has always been against people like us, like the real life chosen. I'm not going to say God chose in the universe. Whoever chose us, whatever force have chose us to oppose them, to go against them. We are the people that they've been targeting the whole life. Now, when it comes to being a leader or the Messiah and things like that, have that person came back yet? I don't know. Maybe we're followers of that individual, if it is actual individual versus an entity, or have we want to label it though, or whether that individual lies in all of us. I really don't know. I know that these people specifically design a program to prevent the rise of the Messiah. Now we all know that these people are actually waiting for the Antichrist to come back, so on and so forth. If y'all want to believe that whole aspect of the spiritual, well, the spiritual aspect of this whole war, whatever, that's totally up to you. I'm not here to say that you're wrong or I'm right about the situation. All I say is that whether it's Buddha, whether it's God, whether it's Allah, whoever it is, we probably all then felt like that before, waiting on something or some entity to come back and save us. We really got to get back on some of that old time fashion ass kicking type shit, bro. In a sense, bro. Like as I stated, man, I think these people is controlling more than our minds, our emotions, our feelings, and I think we done got so used to it that we don't even care. We'll sit back and watch a targeted individual die every week. And most of us say RIP to this targeted individual. Well, we're literally sitting up here watching us get picked off one by one. A lot of y'all probably be like, well, shit, what can we do about it? We could band together. We could really get on some old school shit and band together. We could band together. We could create our Justice League. We could literally do that if we were serious, though it's not impossible. The only thing that's stopping us is us actually giving it a try or doing something about it. That's literally the only thing stopping us. It's us saying, yeah, us willing to make the sacrifice. But that's all they made back in the day. You know, it won't much that they had back in the day. So them making a sacrifice was probably much easier based on what we got going on today, far wise how high the bills is, the groceries is, how technology is, paying cell phone bills, this, that, and the third, not being able to miss work. And like I said, I believe a lot of people are just scared to give up the little that they do have. I think that a lot of those people is just content with living in purgatory, taking orders, following orders. I don't think that's I don't think that's my role in life. I can't sit back and allow that to go on and me not be outspoken to do something about it, let alone watch those I love fall victim to it, those I don't fall victim to it, those I don't know who don't know no better fall victim to it, those that I still don't know who fall victim to it and go against me for just because of what they believe or what they've been brainwashed to believe. I don't like none of that. I don't like none of it. I don't even like it for my enemies. That they didn't fail for the program that go against me. I don't like it that the fact that my neighbors voluntarily or without no fuss or kickback bang and go against me and doing this. And I don't like none of that. For them too though. I feel some type of way for them too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I hate them about it. I'm mad at the enemy for even turning you into what you are to go at me for no apparent reason and you not even caring or asking about why are you doing that and you just want to seek monetary gain. I'm not even mad at you. I'm still mad at the enemy for because I know a lot of y'all are gonna fall for it. Not saying that I shouldn't kick your ass or nothing like that, but that's being real. I can't. That's like me being mad at somebody who's on a spectrum for falling for, something how somebody misled them. I look at them, view them as the same. They somebody on the spectrum, somebody who don't have it all and can't comprehend or see what's actually going on. So I still really don't fault them because they're susceptible for it. That's like me faulting victims that's susceptible to Stockholm syndrome. And that's like me victim shaming. So I don't feel too bad for them. But if, something was to hop off and we got to deal with them, then, God bless their soul as I take them out. But yeah, I still feel something for them though. As I stated though, I believe that it made us so weak, man. I think that we all gotta, get the balls up to just sacrifice it all. I'm not saying go out here and wild out and give up our basic living, but on a strategic note, willing to come together, willing to start, like, as I stated, get a couple acres here, like becoming like self-reliant, not so reliant on. It's ways we could do it. The violence ain't needed or whatever or whatnot. As I stated, defending yourself, everybody has the right to do that. I'm not saying go up in arms or something like that, but we have to start moving and organizing as a complete unit. Otherwise, we're going to continue to watch targeted individual get taken out one by one. So, I mean, we watching our own army get, picked off in our face and we're not doing anything about it. We just waiting to see if we're going to be next. And I know that's how I feel. And it got to the point where, that I'm so content and so ready to, it's like death is them prolonging me. Death is them stealing my joy now. First, it was me living, seeing my kids grow up. That was my joy. Now that they're taking so long to kill me because I'd rather be dead than to experience the torture, then it's really, they didn't reverse my joy and they stealing it from me now because get it over with. That's how I was feeling. But now it's like, no, we rocking out. We rocking out until it's over, till the wheels fall off. I don't care what happened. You could take down, you could interfere with my business, you could mess up the vehicle, you could hit me with the technology, you could force me to the hospital 1,000 times. It's only gonna make me more pissed off at them and make me go much more harder. If y'all understand exactly how much I done been doing and taking care of and what I got lined up, even though I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, of course they're gonna interfere with it. I can only prepare. If y'all get on my YouTube, I could make a short video clip about it. How many videos I got right now, new videos on practice, me predicting everything that's gonna go on. Because I know the videos that I want to take care of. I know what I'm trying to take care of, and I know they're gonna interfere in it. So it's only gonna make me look 1,000% correct. So you can no longer say that it's mental illness. He said that this happened, this, that, and the third. It's mighty conspicuous that I could guess everything that you're gonna do every day, what time you're gonna do it, this, that, and the third. Man, that's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. I think we need to organize though, for real. I'm ready to be on some of that 1940 stuff, like I said, though, man. But like I said, we got to get strategic about it. If it takes me to lead in the first step, like I said, give me a couple months. I ain't gonna lie behind me an acre or two. They ain't gonna be able to stop it. They ain't procrastinate, prolong, do this and do that. They're not gonna be able to stop it unless they stop me. I promise you that. Watch. I'm gonna learn this game like a dope game. I learned this, it ain't gonna be nothing they can do. I'm telling y'all right here, right now, how I'm gonna fund everything I'm talking about. I'm gonna start so many businesses. I'm gonna have so many LLCs before this year is out. It's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. I promise you. Each one of those is gonna fund a step in what I just been talking about. Getting the land, I'm talking about work vehicles, getting tiny homes, yeah, I'm talking about resources that's going to be paid for, so we don't have to worry about cash. I'm talking about buying actual gold. I'm talking about, watch what I tell y'all. I'm talking about I dumped and invested so much in stocks already. Y'all just don't understand what I'm doing. They don't have to show their hands, I promise you. They better not let me get in position. They better not let me get in position to organize and want to do what I want to do, to raise awareness on what's going on. They better not let me. They know they better not. Trust me, they know exactly what I got working on. They better not allow it. There's no way they're gonna allow it, I promise you. But I'm gonna show y'all every step of the way. I'm gonna get it too. They ain't gonna stop me until my Till the day that I die. I promise you that's the only way they're gonna stop me. Before they be able to do that though, I'm telling you, watch how far I come. And it's not gonna be just for me. Y'all gonna see. I got some I got some dreams, like I said, and it's not to even benefit me. None of it. I'm not doing any of this to benefit me. I don't care about me. I don't care about none of that. Where I end up in 5 years or 10 years, I'm not doing it for me. I don't want nothing out of it. I don't have to be able to enjoy a red penny out of it. I promise you. Watch what I tell you. Money, I never cared about money. That's why it's so hard for me to keep it. I never cared about it. I give it away. I'm trying to tell y'all, I could show y'all, bro. I'm telling you, but I ain't that type of person. Over the last 3, 4 weeks, I done gave away 400. I don't want nothing back. Like I'm just giving it out. Cash app at the cash app. Cash app at the cash app. I don't care about it. I know how to get it. That's nothing. I don't care about that, bro. But it's what I'm gonna do with it this go around. I promise you, watch. Because I'm playing their game now. I'm stepping into their world. I'm gonna use loopholes just like y'all using loopholes. I promise you. They know it though. They see. That's why they interfere with my PO box. They messing with my credit, so I got to pay all that. I'm gonna do all that. They ain't gonna be able to stop me. I promise y'all. I promise you, my right hand of God to the universe. They not. I already know what I gotta do, and that they ain't gonna be able to stop me. I promise you. Right. Give me a month or two. Y'all can see. I'm gonna tell you, I was gonna start a business. Said I'm gonna get a company. I said I'm gonna get a business van. I'm gonna get everything that I want. They can't stop me. I'm gonna let the money talk. They gonna play games. They gonna interfere. They gonna try everything they could. I probably for this year I'm gonna have a couple of acres. Before it's all said and done, they ain't gonna be able to stop it. I promise you. My baby mama just started a catering business. She already bought the trailer, the truck for it, and everything. They not gonna be able to stop what's going on. They could hinder it. They could try to slow it up, but I promise you, I'm. You know how they say they probably like 10 steps ahead of me. I play chess. I play Texas Hold'em and poker. And I'm very good at both of them. I'm like 15 steps ahead. I already thought of everything that they could do and counter to what I could do. Now, how they could go about that, I never thought about all of that. It's like I never really thought about what they could do in my own head, thought about what I could do. I answered it, acting like them. Well, this the only move they got to do. I didn't did all that. They're going to have to reveal themselves. They're going to have to show that they're literally, I'm being systematically harassed. There is no other way. I ain't going to leave them no other option. That's how dumb they is. They do everything the same. I could get on my phone at 6:10, 6:30 in the morning and let y'all hear. I could be just like this. The neighbor ready to start banging next door. It's 6:30. And y'all gonna hear it. Boom, boom, boom. The program, they so dumb, bro. They know that I'm a recorder. They know that I'm a document. Still, they do it. They don't care. I'm not gonna say it's sheer ignorance. No, they dumb. And I like to go against motherfuckers like that who feel themselves, who's over arrogant, who think that they can't lose and think that they got it all figured out. I love it. Amen. I love it. It just make me think, make me process thoughts quicker, make me like just it puts me on my game. I ain't gonna even lie. It puts me on my game. It's to the point where, like Elohim said though, that I literally mastered it. I dip down and deal with it to be petty when it comes to them or whatever or whatnot. And I just want to show them that it's gonna take more than a think tank to beat a nigga like me. It's really gonna take more than a think tank. Is literally taking a think tank right now to combat what I got going on. And I'm still being successful with no job, no any of that. Just started my business still. I don't need for nothing. I don't need for nothing. It's been like that for months. I don't need, they already know. They already know how my mind operate. They already know that I'm operate with inside the color of the law to get it because I'm already being watched. They know I got a million. They can't stop me. I'm just gonna take it on a bigger scale. Bigger risk, bigger war. They can't stop me. I promise y'all they can't. Y'all gonna see though. And I'm not doing it for me. I really want to open up a sanctuary. I want to really get the ball movement on some X-Men type shit. I want an actual sanctuary. How all them mutants and superheroes had the Justice League, Professor X, Mansion and things of this nature. I'm looking at it like we're them. And I want to try to contribute to that. I haven't seen that be attempted yet in the TI community, far-wise a safe haven for targeted individuals, like a whole community. Not saying that I'm gonna be too smart that they can't infiltrate it. I ain't that, but God willing that He grants me the eyes and the discernment to see it. Granted, if I make it that far, but I'm spending the rest of my life trying to chase those goals right there. Nothing more, nothing less. My life don't matter. I promise you. I don't care what comes of my life. My whole thing is that's my mission. Whether I succeed or not, whether I leave it up to my boys to try to finish or left off where I take off at, whatever. I mean, to take off where I left off at, whatever, however it go. I'm gonna make sure that they know what's going on, that they understand everything that I know, how to easily generate cash, how to beat the system, the loophole, this, that, and the third. Stay focused on this. Everything, bro. Teach them what I didn't know at that age. I promise you. Not to the point where it ruined their life. I'm aiming for something different. Like I said, I really want to leave my mark. I don't want to be no martyr, no nothing. I honestly just want to play my role. I just want to help humanity. I want to help target individuals. I wouldn't know what to do if I was to die right now and this program is still going on. I wouldn't know how to feel. I honestly wouldn't. The average person probably wouldn't even think about nothing like that. Like I said, though, I just can't stand by and not feel some type of way or be cool with it. It bothers me every day, though, that it goes on, though. Y'all don't even understand. It's really weird how it bothers me like this. And like I said, I just go with it now. I used to fight against it, like trying to make myself not care to a certain degree, but it's impossible for me not to care. I don't quite know how to describe the feeling, but I mean, it is what it is. I just accept it for what it is now. I don't fight it. I don't go against it no more. I run towards it. I try to embrace it. And, just a month or so ago, I was saying that, man, I don't want to be no leader. I ain't looking to be no leader, this, that, and the third. And it's like that been kicking me in my ass since, because I don't want to be a leader, but I want to lead people into, knowing what to do, how to combat it. I want to push them, at least get them the motivation. Like, we definitely do got to come together. He said that he was going to do this, he going to do that. So if I know if he said that he could do it, then we could do it type shit. So I guess in a sense of that, I want to be able to provoke thought. I want to be able to back up what I'm thinking, though, so people could see it. So people can see it and hope that really sparks a fuel. That's what I'm hoping. Some get done about it. I don't want my actions and my sacrifices to go to waste, because that's what I'm gonna feel like in years. Even if it don't, though, if one person pick on, follow up on it, or listen and achieve that, and people come together, however it, I'm accepted. I mean, God willing is what God wants. So I ain't questioning my faith no more. What I'm here for, what's my assignment, what's my mission, I'm going with it. I think that I know what it is, therefore it is what I think that it is. Who knows? I can't tell you I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I'm just telling you what I feel. In my heart of hearts, this is what I feel. I know this is what my life has become. I know that it's evil people who's harassing me and my mother, my kids, and my girl every day. I'm talking about harassing me on every aspect, harassing them on every aspect. So I know that I'm not with them. I don't agree with what they're doing. Not to even people who's not related to me or cool with me. I despise what they got going on. I'm not one of the people who could just turn my head to the problem, act like it don't exist. So, it's pretty simple to me which side I'm on based on how I feel and how I evaluate things. As I stated, I promise y'all, give me a couple months. Watch what I tell y'all. Y'all go see me with the deed up here to an acre or two. I had to drop that bag on it. I promise you. I already priced it up here where I'm at, $5,700 to get me an acre. It's gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna stop it. Nothing gonna stop it. Ain't nothing gonna stop it but death himself. I promise you. And that's not gonna stop, because I'm gonna make sure that everything is in line for my kids, my daughter. I've already got life insurance policy on me for my kids. My baby mama got life insurance policy on. and got my kids on it. Ain't nothing gonna be. I'm gonna make sure that the fight goes on. They financially stable, got land, they could build whatever they want. They could get stay. I'm telling you, I'm preparing for a forever war. I'm not playing with these people. When I die, I want to get reincarnated and then come right back here and finish the war. I don't want to go nowhere until the war is over. I signed this is a soul contract. I'm signing right now in front of y'all. I know my place in the universe, and it's in this war, going against evil. Hell yeah, what's going on in the world today? I happy to sign that. What did I sign? I don't need to go nowhere else. Put me back on the battlefield because I understand what's at stake. Please put me back on the battlefield. I'm not playing with these people. I despise these people to infinity and beyond on some Buzz Lightyear type stuff. I do. I despise everything they stand for, everything they represent. I do. I'm talking about I'm willing to sign a soul contract, and to just live in a loop. Every time I go, I come back here, different spirit, however, fighting the same battle. That's cool. I'm cool. I despise them that much. There ain't no hatred. It's just that I'm cool and comfortable. And I love the side that I'm on. And I love the fact that I get to go against something so evil, something so against me, something so against my family, something so against the innocent, something so against the weak. It's just everything. It make me feel like a superhero with no powers in a sense. Though. Like I can't wait for our base alarm to go off so we can go kick some evil ass, bro. I can't wait. I'm anxious to go kick some evil ass, bro. I'm not lying. I'm like one of them. Archangel Michael, you know, I'm talking about a rebel. I'm out there kicking evil ass. I'm talking about Jordan too. I'm kicking their ass. I don't want to get that up. I don't. I just want to leave my mark and do as much good as I could. I don't have to be remembered by it. I don't want no recognition for it. I just want to play my small cosmic role in this universe. Dedicated to what's right, and that's it, bro. Like die on a good frequency, die on a good note, die with a smile on my face. Come back, do it again, bro. Until the war is over, if that's even possible. But until it's over. So I think, like I said, I believe we always chosen. I believe that this is our fight. Whether you want to accept it, whether you want to stand here and fight it, that's totally up to you. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, in afterlife, if you walk away from it, something might happen, something may not happen. You know, I don't know. I'm not thinking about that, but in my heart's a heart, man. I'm on the side that I want to be at. You know, I'm going against the people I want to be at. Could nothing make me more happier. I'm just glad that I didn't have to sign my soul over and harass regular strangers, banging on the wall, playing on their phone, hacking their uh, mobile devices, stealing their credit, just doing the weirdest, weakest stuff that one could possibly do. So my goal, I'm telling y'all right now, what is it, March 19th, 2024? Let me see, March. By May, June 1st, I promise y'all will see I'm gonna be buying an acre or two and a tiny home to throw on there. And I'm just gonna build from there. I promise y'all. Watch what I tell y'all. I'm leaving this video up. I ain't lying about nothing that I talked about on here yet. I'm telling y'all they can't. I see it, I'm too smart for them to keep me down. Everything that I did in the streets, I'm just gonna transmute it, bring it over to the business industry. Once I learn how to separate myself from the business so that I'm not legally liability for no credit that I get, for no credit card that I get, for no credit limit that I get, that I know how to, bro, they fucked up too because it's all a scam once you learn how to do it, bro. But it's legal. They fucked up. This is bigger than the dope game. That's how I look at it. Credit is bigger than the dope game. And I'm gonna utilize them and their loopholes to get ahead, and they're gonna have to sit back and watch me. And all they're gonna do is try to sabotage the money that I get, steal my information, use the card, do swipes, this, that, and that's all they're gonna be able to do. But I'm gonna be more than prepared for all that shit, I promise you. I'm gonna document it Every step that I take, I don't care how it looks. I'm gonna document everything. Every video is gonna be uploaded on private. They're not gonna be able to stop me. I promise you. They're not. Now try stealing money, doing all this. Yeah, they're gonna be able to do that. I ain't be able to stop them. But I'm gonna get it back. I promise you I am. I'm gonna get it back. They ain't gonna run off too far, and they ain't gonna be able to keep doing it because it's gonna show that I'm being targeted. So something's gonna get through. I'm gonna play them like a fiddle. I'm talking about like a violin. I'm gonna play them. They know this though. They know I'm very smart. I promise you. I'm gonna play them like a violin. 2 months from now, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna load up everything, show y'all all the steps, and show y'all. And I'm like, I told y'all. That's exactly how it's gonna go. I promise you. There ain't nothing they gonna be able to do. They gonna attack me. They gonna get crazy. They gonna damage the vehicles, mess with the company even more, mess with the company vehicle. They're gonna do all that, but there's only so much they're gonna be able to do without making it seem like I'm actually targeted. Because I'm gonna report and record everything. I don't care if I got to get a police report for it, documented. I'm talking about insurance report. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do my end. I'm gonna show that. Yeah, it is. Telling you why. They ain't gonna want that. They ain't gonna allow that. They'll kill me before they allow that. And I'm all cool with it though. Yeah, so that's my rant, man. I wish I would have stayed more on Elohim, Joe, but I got really drifted. But if y'all haven't checked out this video, it's a crazy deep message in this video. And check out the one he just loaded. As I stated, though, we all felt like what Elohim is saying in this video, because really a part of us have to grow past the targeted phase to the point where we really can't get too consumed or wrapped up in it, because it stops us from reaching out for potential, from us enjoying life, from us chasing our goals, from us chasing our dreams, this, that, and the third. But as I stated, on a more spiritual note, me personally, how he's talking about it tonight, that's because that's the spiritual aspect of it. He's been elected as well. He's a warrior. So he has the ability to not talk about it, but God is not going to let him talk about it. Not the program, but God is not going to let him not talk about it, because he have to. He's a warrior. He got to. Regardless of what, I done seen the best of the best say they're not going to talk about it. And they talk about it because they have to, not because it's getting to them. Because that's the fight. That's how it's supposed to go. You're being guided and directed. You will know when you ain't supposed to talk about it no more. That's a fact, because it ain't gonna get announced. I promise you. You ain't gonna even announce it when you're not gonna talk about it no more. But that's the thing, though. I ain't gonna say that's the program that did it. I'm gonna say that it's God that's doing it. On the simple fact that you're a warrior. He let you know the fight ain't over. You can't not talk about this fight. You're still in the fight. Wait, well, hold on now. You can't quit the fight. You're still in it. You got to talk about it. Now, you could go on and try not to talk about it. Things is going to get worse. I think a person will goddamn lose it before, they just bottle it all in and not talk about it. I think that any individual, mentally strong as anybody want to be, me, myself included, I believe that we'll probably break before we're able to bottle it up, because it's something that goes on 24/7, 365. It's damn near mentally impossible to bottle it all up. It's impossible not to talk about it. It's impossible. You're going to talk about it, regardless on how long you talk about it, how many minutes you dedicate to a 2-hour video. You're going to talk about it. You cannot. This is your fight, a fight that you win every day. How could you not talk about a fight that you're in every day? God ain't gonna allow that. The devil ain't gonna allow that. We gotta simply win the fight and leave nothing to talk about. That's how I feel. That's how I look at it.